Welcome to Authentic with Brazil 201. I'm your host, Brazil 201, and on today's episode, we are going to talk about both 911 shows that are currently airing the parent flagship show, 911, and 911 Nashville. We're only going to talk about the first two episodes of their current seasons. Well, 911 Nashville only has two episodes in general, but 911 has now, the main show has been on for 8 years or 7 years. I have no idea, but 911's been on for a while. It's a Ryan Murphy show. Now, obviously, if you watch 911, you know they killed off Bobby Nash. And you also know the absolute chaos that has happened in Los Angeles in the 911 universe. Let's just remember a tidal wave came in and wiped out Santa Monica. Athena was on a cruise ship that got hijacked and a tidal wave also hit it. Let's also remember she was on an airplane and she had to land it with a 10-year-old on the 110 because the pilot flew up in the air because of a bee tornado. Her new second husband, Bobby Nash, was killed because of a man made tuberculosis virus that because they had to break this laboratory caught on fire and they went in and the virus was everywhere and there was only one cure and they gave it to the other firefighter fucking Chenny. Let me just tell you this show is absolutely fucking chaos. And let's just explain what is happening in the first two episodes of the parent show of season 8 because for all of you, if you saw the trailer, right, you saw the ordinary music thing and the 118 is looking up in the sky saying 118 brace for impact, because I don't know if you noticed, but this is a factual statement I'm about to say. Okay, the 118 firefighters were about to have to stop an alien invasion. Yes. And I gotta say, there are a lot of firefighter shows for whatever reason currently airing on television. There is a prison firefighter show that is on CBS that I have not watched a single episode of that apparently has a spin-off with Deadpool's wife. And I don't mean Blake Lively, I'm talking about the character Deadpool. That is on CBS. There's also Chicago Fire, which is a part of the Chicago shows. And I kind of sporadically watch that one because I enjoy Chicago PD and I enjoy Chicago Med. And then we had Station 19, but that got canceled for whatever reason because I guess it just wasn't good compared to 911 when Disney moved it over from Fox. Because, Athena Grant, what a hero. So, our first episode of season 8, we have an Elon Musk type character played by fucking Kelly Ripa's husband. And here's what happens in the first 7 minutes of the episode. He is on FaceTime with his board and he gets eaten by a whale. Yes. And not only does he survive that, he then FaceTimes via his Apple Watch inside the whale, calling our fucking heroes. And somehow the 118 is able to manipulate sound waves in the ocean so that the humpback whale comes up and spits them out. And this is a real thing that happens in this fucking show. Hen rescues fucking Kelly Ripa's husband and is like, I want to send you to space. You get a free pass. So what happens is they're doing like a Blue Origin type flight. 5 heroes are going to get to go to space. Okay, wonderful. And the show becomes very self-aware of the bad things that happen to Athena, that Hannah's like, do I really want to bring you up? Because anywhere you go, bad things just happen. You're a jinx. But you know what? Hen said, you know what? Let's try it anyway. So we have a former astronaut, a tech bro, Jeff Bezos' wife, Athena, and Hen all go to space. Okay? They all go to space. And then what happens? A geostorm happens out of nowhere, and all the fucking Kelly Ripka's husband's company satellites are exploding because they're bumping into each other, and the spaceship they're in is out of control, And for whatever reason, these are, once again, this is a real thing that happened in episode 2 of 911. Okay, The Parent Show. I guess most electronics are now controlled by Kelly Ripa's husband's company. And the 118 has to fight a robot at a doctor's office that shoots lasers. They have to fight a Waymo. They get a guy out of a Waymo, and there is a satellite. There's a bunch of satellites just crashing all over planet Earth right now because of this. And it looks like hell is happening on Earth. And we get the scene from the fucking promo 118, brace for impact. Absolute fucking chaos. The guy who was in the fucking Waymo gets his head struck by a fucking satellite. Talk about bad fucking luck. And there is just satellite debris hitting all over the fucking skyscrapers. What I really want to know is, because, things happen really fast in the show. A year ago, when Athena had her fucking airplane crash into a B tornado and land on the 110, I don't know if you know that, but I think it would take at least 4 to 5 days to remove a 747 from the 110. But, just somehow the next week, it's gone. Absolute fucking chaos clusterfuck of a show. Okay, by the way, this is a 3-part episode. We have not seen if they survive. Obviously they will, but they're still fucking spinning around in space, and somehow with fucking magic they're able to get a cell phone call up there. But that's the main show. That is absolutely what is happening on the main show. We are now going to go to the new show, 911 Nashville, which I just want to say, in the 2 episodes I have watched of 911 Nashville, it is far better than the Parent Show. I think similar to where, like, I'm just fucking done with Grey's Anatomy. I don't know if you noticed, but, like, Amelia's just like, I'm not going to be in 10 episodes of Grey's Anatomy anymore. I don't care about Grey's Anatomy in general anymore because The Pit is just a much better show, and I do not care about any of these fucking characters on the show anymore. But 911 Nashville, we have Arizona from Grey's Anatomy, Jessica Capshaw. Her name is, like, Blythe. And 911 Nashville feels like the Hunting Wives on Netflix, because everyone on this show is ridiculously hot. And I mean Riverdale style hot, but no one on this show is young. As in, everyone on the show is like 45 and up, outside Captain Smokeshow, who is a real firefighter. But when we meet him, he's a stripper firefighter, and he meets his dad, who he just met because he didn't know his dad existed, who's a firefighter at Nashville, and his half-brother, Reinhardt. So it has the One Tree Hill vibe, where it's like, these 2 long-lost brothers who are the same age but never met and hate each other, and the dad just wants them to be friends. But guess what? They're going to be firefighters, because sometime he has the ability to make his son, that is the stripper, on the job training firefighter, because he did some type of rescue where the bachelors on Broadway, like, almost lost her fucking leg or whatever. I just want to say, here, this is a literal thing that happens on 911 Nashville. There's a Mexican family having a birthday party, and the mom or stepmom gives the little 4-year-old girl a kite, and a hurricane is apparently coming. The little girl is just walking with the kite, and she just flies up into the air. Absolutely, what the fuck is happening on the show? Then we have a hurricane is coming, right? And they're like performing a concert or whatever, and through the power, and it's kind of like that final scene in Twisters where the theater gets destroyed. But through the power of friendship, they're able to lift this crate so everyone can get up, and they're climbing. And I just want to say, 911 Nashville, you should watch. 911, you should not watch, because they killed off Bobby Nash for realistic reasons, but now the 118 is fighting killer robots in an alien invasion. Mind you, these shows are in the same universe, and apparently they are going to have a crossover. So when Captain Smoke Show meets fucking Eddie and Eddie and fucking Maddie, and maybe even, what the fuck, no, not Albert, Buckley and all these people, listen, watch 911 Nashville because everyone there is hot. Watch 911 if you just want to punch yourself in the face. Okay?